because Dave knows how to speak. He could speak from now until Friday, but he wants to see what's going on as much as you do. So it means I need to share my screen. Listen. Whew. Where do I need to find? So that's not it. I don't need that one, but I do need this one. Whew. Okay, folks, listen. I'm going to share something with you right now. So something that you guys have heard me say 1,000 times is that all of our systems are connected, meaning that if you started in 5-Star Exchange back in 2001, or you were in Give One, Get Four in 2005, or you were in Co-op 50/50 in 2018, during those periods of time, you were building teams. You might have invited 3 people, 4 people, 5 people, 100 people, 1,000 people, right? So during that period of time, you were building your teams, and they were building teams. And that means that, some of you have thousands of people that are part of your team, right? And especially when you go to Co-op 50/50, because Co-op 50/50 was, at the time, the craziest, most insane income opportunity ever. Like, people were literally just going goo goo gaga and like falling over themselves to get registered. And I could have kept that going because it was, like I said, hundreds of thousands of dollars every day was going through the system and all going 100%, again, going to you. But I slowed everything down because I said, listen, there is a better way. I'll finish it. So instead of keep pushing that, knowing that I could do better, I told people to stop. But during that period of time, many people invited 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people. Now remember, this is in Co-op 50/50. It might have been G1, G4. It might have been Co-op B. It might have been Co-op Crowd. People were inviting people to the system. And as I said, your team remains with you. So I'm going to give you 3 examples of people. And by the way, these 3 examples, these are people that were building in, one was building in Co-op 50, two of them were building in Co-op 50/50, one was building in Co-op B. So first I'm going to start off with, let me put that down there. Let me go over here, looking for, let me bring this up. Here we go. All right, so I'm not sharing my screen yet because I don't want you to see the email address of the person that I'm logging in with. But I am going to show you XYZ. And I've removed the last names of the people as well. And here's something that I'm also going to share with you because this is super important. You see, if you were part of Co-op previously, and maybe the person that you were with before, maybe they moved on, maybe they, whatever reason, they don't want to come back, as a free person, it means you're a free agent. So if you wanted to, you can change who your inviter is, right? So if Carone is inviting you right now, Carone calls you up and you were in Co-op 50/50, 3, 4, 5 years ago, and you say, well, Carone, listen, the person that invited me, they're no longer, they don't want to do it anymore. Can I work with you? So you don't have to start all over again. You just say yes, and you would put Carone's, when you change the registration key, you would put Carone's registration key in there, and now you're working with Carone. But here's the beauty of that. Watch this. Ooh, guys, hang tight. Not going to buy tokens right now. This is insane. So, Carone, how much money does that say?
$900.
Yeah, $762,900. And over here in the I-6, it says $3,814.50. Carol.
Yeah.
If you had joined one of my businesses 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and your teammates followed you, and you could see that if all of your teammates actually paid, this is what you could be earning right now, would that inspire you?
Absolutely.
So, ladies and gentlemen, whatever team you were building previously, they are still part of your team. They can renew with you. And if you say, well, I'm not interested, those people that were once part of your team, well, they can renew with Corona or anyone else. So I highly recommend you get busy with it. Now, what does this mean? That's great, David. So that's fantastic. So you made some more money, right? But check this out, right? Now, this is the part that really gets me going. So I'm going to click on the cooperative here. Actually, I'm going to click on over here. This is loading. Woo-hoo-hoo. See this person? They didn't invite just 3 people. They invited 2,292 people. So they've invited 2,292 people to previous businesses. Those 2,000 people didn't all pay, but they invited them to take a look at the system. So that means that those 2,092 people are part of their team right now. So, you see, this person, they weren't much of a builder. And they probably had a list or something. I don't know. Maybe they got 2,000 friends. But look, you see in their cooperative, this should say something different than what it's saying. It should show, let me see. There we go. In their cooperative, they got 2,095 people. If all 6 levels fill up, how many people is that, Caron? Actually, you may not know. So when all 6 levels fill up, that's 1,092 places. 1,092 places. What? What do you mean 1,092? But there's only like 130 people there. Oh my goodness. Mr. Mobius was at work. That's their first cooperative that could be paying them $160,000 plus hundreds of thousands of dollars in bonuses. Here's their second cooperative that could be paying them $150,000, $60,000 plus bonuses. So here are their next cooperatives. So if this was real money, they would be receiving money on this cooperative. They would be receiving money on this cooperative. And they'd be receiving money on this cooperative. What? Do you know that is... if they were on all levels, and by the way, listen, you see, if you're doing your job properly, you see, you're being the leader that you should be doing. If I invite Caron and Caron says, Dave, listen, I only got $6. Well, I'm going to help Caron. You know why? Because Caron's going to come in and she's going to start at $6. And she's going to do what she's supposed to do. Going to invite 3 or more. Caron's already said she's got 300 people. So she's going to invite 3 or more, right? So when she invites her 3 and then they do the same, eventually she's going to have $22. Then that's going to open her 22. And then eventually she's going to have 53. Then that's going to open her 53. You see where I'm going? You see, Caron is going to be on all these levels. It's not where you begin, right? You get in where you fit in. But eventually, all your teammates, if you're doing your leadership properly and you're encouraging them to each get 3 or more, all cooperatives are going to be working. So this person has this cooperative. This is their open cooperative right now, right? So they're getting paid on this open cooperative. But you see, they also have this closed cooperative. They're getting paid on that closed cooperative every 2080. And then they got this closed cooperative. So they've got 6, 12, 18 income streams. 18 16 cooperatives, because there's 6 in each one of them. 6 cooperatives, right? I-6 all the way up to I-1050. 6 income streams here, 6 income streams here, 6 income streams here. So at any second of any day, that person could be receiving money from 18 different income streams. Now, my goodness, this is the part that freaked me out the most. And I said I was going to prove everything. Watch this. So we're going to go over here. See that? We loaded the database on August 24th. We loaded the database on August 24th. So that money that you're seeing, it's not because they paid multiple times. It's because they made one payment, right? One payment. Now, remember, this is We Prove It Free, but if each of these people make their payment, these numbers become real, because this is an exact replica of the paid system. We don't artificially put names in there. Oh, and by the way, this person's not even qualified yet, because none of those people even know about the system. So none of them have been duplicating yet. But wait, it gets better. Oh my goodness. I'm going to show you 2 more. I said I was going to show you 3, but you don't need to see 3. I'm going to show you 2 more. My goodness. My goodness. So I'm logging in under another person. And by the way, I don't even know who these people are. It's not like I know these people. I don't even know who they are. So when we loaded the database, I certainly wasn't expecting this. I had no idea that there were people that invited so many people to our businesses. I follow a lot of things, but I don't follow everything. Whew. This is the one that really blew my mind. Oops, not that. So look at this one, right? On day 1, this person's over $1 million bucks, almost 2 million, 1.2 million here, 600,000 here. They're over $2 million on day 1. Because look over here again, right? Q team, right? All August 24th. And if you look at all these people, look, none of them have duplicated. So she's not, all this money's not, it doesn't even have to do bonuses, right? Now, I looked at that and I thought to myself, system must be broken. There's no way that this person could have earned this much money. You know, by the way, they invited 3,505 people. So it's not like they sat on their thumbs, right? Like they invited a lot of people. And by the way, listen, those 3,505 people, she didn't invite them all in one day. We just loaded the database all in one day, right? Like let's say let's look at it over the course of a year and you invite one person a day. That's 365 people. That means that that you can receive 1/10 of what you see here, right? Now, I said to myself, that's too much money. How is that possible? So I did the math. Caron, what's the percentage you get for inviting somebody?
50%?
25%, right? For personally inviting.
Oh, right. Your first level, yeah.
Right, and then you can receive up to 15%
second
from your cooperative royalties, right? Yeah. Now, you're going to receive between 30 and 40% for every person that you personally invite. Now, this is from one cycle, right? So when they renew, it means that this money's going to double. And if she starts getting busy with it and starts talking to these people, then she's going to start getting bonuses on top of this. What? You remember what I said? Bonuses can be 2 to 5 times the amount. This can go up to $10 million. This is crazy. Now check it out. So I said to myself, it's not true. They can't be making that much money. So everybody can get their calculator out. She invited 3,505 people. So I divided that 3,505 people by $1.7 million. By $1,170,000. Came up to $333 per person. So again, you see, this is just basic math. This is not smoke and mirrors. It's not like, how did they do that? It's not like we use some magic potion. This is basic math. So when you look at this basic math, it means that each person that you invite, you can receive about $650 from each person you invite, not including bonuses. So if you invite 10 people this month, which is only one every 3 days, that's $6,500. How much money did you make doing whatever you're doing right now? You know, they're shoe salesmen. They got to sell 20 pairs of shoes a day to make $100. And you can make $650 from inviting one person here. Now I want to share something else with you. Because this is like freaking me out. I don't know about you guys. Listen, anyone who was in Co-op 50/50, by the way, listen, if you were in Co-op 50/50, go to coopincome.com, log in. It's the same password, same username that you had in Co-op 50/50. You're going to log in. You're going to see your teammates are there. See how much money you have before you even begin. How much money you could potentially have before you even begin.